Okay, we're just going to talk about Spence versus Pacquiao. And this has just been live from the Wildcard Gym in Las Vegas. So, just been reporting from there. And I'm just going to give you some more information about that. Pacquiao versus Spence, a bit more information. Let's talk about it here live on BWTM Sports. Don't go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. If you haven't subscribed already, do hit the subscribe button because that's the only way you'll be able to make comments on. Also, if you're not a member of BWTM Sports, then when the live interviews come with our guests, then you won't be able to make comments on that either. So do think about becoming a member. It's not expensive at all. Become a member and become a part of the conversation. Okay, so the latest news coming out. Before I go on, we've just finished two interviews. Interview number one is with Anthony Taylor. Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. He's the guy, Jake Paul's chief sparring partner or main sparring partner, and it's been preparing to fight Tyron Woodley. But also, he'll be fighting Tommy Fury on, I think, August the 29th on Showtime. So check that interview out. And we just finished talking to Jonathan Rice or Johnny Rice, the heavyweight that beat Michael Kofi, the highly touted Michael Kofi. Jonathan Rice or Johnny Rice was just telling us about his career, knocking out Michael Kofi, and also his future sparring with Alexander Usyk, Michael Hunter, talks about Malik Scott, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. It's a very in-depth interview and very knowledgeable Michael Kofi, so I do suggest you check that video out as well. So let's get into this. So also last week we spoke to Derek James, the trainer of Errol Spence. We spoke to him about the Castano fight. We talked to him about the Spence fight, obviously, with Pacquiao. We also talked to him about the heavyweight division. He's got a big passion for the heavyweight division. Talks about the heavyweights like he would like to train. So it's a very interesting interview. Get across, watch that on BWTM Sports as well. So let's get into this one. So strength and conditioning trainer Justin Fortune, I think he exposed or he actually revealed the reason why Pacquiao wants to fight Errol Spence. And the reason why I want to fight Errol Spence is what Justin Fortune just said at the presser at the Wildcard Gym. He said that Errol Spence cannot be the same fighter. He didn't look the same fight against Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia didn't pull the trigger. He said that Errol Spence had a black eye, and he said that if Manny Pacquiao was hitting him, he would be going to any press conference. He also said that Errol Spence, when you come out of the sort of car accident that Errol Spence came out of, there's no way you can walk out of that without injuries. So as far as Justin Fortune is concerned, Errol Spence is not the same fighter as before the car accident. And, his performance against Danny Garcia is one thing, but a performance against Manny Pacquiao is another thing. Pacquiao is a mover. He's a lefty. He's a legendary fighter. But this is what the strength and conditioning trainer Justin, who's been with Pacquiao over 20 years. He says that Pacquiao, the layoff, at first he's a bit rusty, but now he's in training camp. Freddie Roach said today or yesterday was his best sparring day. And even Boo Boy said that Pacquiao's not the same Pacquiao, but he still has that fire in his belly. So I think Spence versus Pacquiao is going to be an interesting fight. How much has Pacquiao got left? I always ask the question. Pacquiao's fought so many fights over his career, so many wars. Can he go back to well yet again to fight another top fighter? And the thing is, people say that if he beats Spence, that he becomes an all-time great. But if he beats Spence, does that not make Mayweather's resume look better? Because he beat Thurman, he beat Broner. If he beats Broner, Thurman, and Spence, those are guys that Mayweather never fought, but Mayweather beat Pacquiao. So if they're saying that Pacquiao's going to be all-time great, I give Mayweather credit for him beating Pacquiao in the way that he did. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts on that. So yeah, do you think that Errol Spence is the same fighter? If so, why so? And if not, why not? Do you think that car accident has affected Errol Spence? According to Derek James, who you spoke to last week, the car accident hasn't had any effect on Errol Spence. There are some people would even go as far as reaching as to believe that the car flipped over all those times he just walked out of the car, just walked out the car like a G with no scratches. But clearly, we saw the hospital picture of Spence in hospital, and he was in a bad way. So, what are the long term scarring? But the one thing about it is we have had COVID, and that's given Spence more time to heal. So whatever injuries were there between the Danny Garcia fight and now, surely there would have been some healing process before the Garcia fight and now. So I just wonder. I wonder, have they taken a gamble? Because I know that Pacquiao has always been one in his career. Uh, he's taken certain fighters. Maybe I thought Broner wasn't dedicated. I said that Thurman was nowhere the same fighter. Um, he hasn't been the same fighter. He hasn't had scored a knockout since how many years? So I think Thurman still carries that injury. He's not the same puncher as he once was. So that's why I think even Tank Davis has been mooted to fight Thurman. And Ellaby said, Thurman's a good fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. But if you asked if Tank's not a 147 fighter, but he said that, listen, we'll take that fight. We'll take for Tank Davis. So they all know, boxing people know what's going on with Keith Thurman. So is what it is. As I said, don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, and stay tuned. We've got a massive interview coming for you very shortly. It'll be live, it'll be massive. Make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you are a member. It's very cheap. It's $1.99 to subscribe and become a member. So become a member. And also, just before I finish, don't forget you can watch BWTM on your mobile phone. So download the app. It's free. You can download the app on BWTM. Let me just show you we can get your information again. And I'll leave you with our app promotion. It's free. It's on Android. You can download it. Check it out.